Welcome to Part of My Imagination. I'm Imagination and you're the Imaginers. Welcome if this is your first time. My name is Jasmine and welcome back if this is your second or third or how many times you clicked on my channel. Welcome. Today I'm going to be talking about my February TBR. And yeah. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 books here. They are all by Black authors in the spirit of Black History Month. And I normally read Black all the time anyways, so this is nothing new. It's just more prominent in my TBR. So let's just get after it. The first book that I have is Punching the Air by Zoboi and Yusef Salaam, excuse me. And I did try to stay away from like Black trauma stories, but this one I have really had my eye on for a while, so I just picked it up. But this is basically following a boy named Amal, who ends up falling victim to a crime. My cats are about to... They're playing right by me. But he gets convicted of a crime that he didn't commit. And this is told in like poem or verse, I guess you could say. But it's told in like poem. Every chapter is like a poem. And it's just going through his experience of being convicted to him being inside the prison or the youth correction facility. I'm blanking on the name of it. But yeah, it's just following his story and how he basically is being saved inside the prison through being able to sink into his passions, which is being creative, which is art and poetry. And I've already started this and I'm almost actually done with it. So I know that was like a horrible description of something that I've already read, but again, it's told in poem. It's told in poems, so it's hard to try to divulge into the story without spoiling it because it is relatively short. Alright, the next book I have is The Bone of Ruin by Raughley. And I know that this book was in my standalones, the 5 standalones that I want to read for the year 2023. And I realized that this is not a standalone book. And I actually knew that already. I just didn't. At the time when I picked it, my brain wasn't correlating that I already seen the second one. And the second one is out already. So, I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking. But this is basically following a girl who is a African tightrope dancer and living in the Victorian London, and she can't die. My cat keeps trying to chew on my cable. Can you stop? Can you stop? Hold on. She needs some motherly love. Okay. But yeah, that's what this book is about. Now I have to hold it the whole time. The next book I have, The 100,000 Kingdoms by N.K. Jeminsin. And this is the first book in the Inheritance trilogy. This is also her debut novel. But it's just basically following this girl who's an outcast. And she's going to be the heiress of the king. But obviously, kingdom does not come easy. And she has to fight her way to power. That's all I know. That's all I want to know, and I'm so excited to actually start this. Her sister is over there being a menace as well. No ma'am, because you're not going to keep chewing on my cable. Okay, there you go. Alright, next I have Bloodmarked, book 2 in the Legendborn cycle by Tracy Deonn. And if you don't know what this book is about, the first book is Legendborn. And it's following this girl who goes to an predominantly I can't remember, but anyway, she's in high school and she's going to this college because this is the college that she wants to go to. You're doing it again. Please stop chewing my cable. Ma'am, please. But it's basically it's an inspired story by King Arthur, and you're basically following this girl who is doing this summer, it's just like a summer program where she gets to see the school for what it is, and she's taking this class, and there's a secret society there that has this type of magic, and then it divulges into black witchcraft, or voodoo for that matter, and things like that. I love the first book. I gave it 5 stars, and I'm actually really excited to read the second one. Now, I will technically say I'm reading 10 books because I'm going to be rereading Legendborn for the Sister Sci-Fi book club. And yeah, we'll see. I don't know yet. I might just go ahead and just read this one. Alright, another book that I have is Their Eyes Were Watching God by Zora Neale Hurston. This is one of her most critically acclaimed stories. I'm not going to go much into it. If you want to know what it's about, just go ahead and watch my the 5 classics and tomes that I want to read. This is one of the classics that I do want to pick up. Bro, kittens are so bad. And I just slapped my camera. New angle because cats are doing cat things. Or I should say kittens are doing kitten things. But anyways, the next book I have is Concrete Rose by Angie Thomas. This is also one of the books, I think 23 and 23 that I want to read. And yeah. This is basically following a boy who believes that as a man, you have to be the one to take care of the family. And he finds out that that's my cat. This is the second one. If you can't tell, the coloring's a little bit different. This is Nezuko, my little demon. She literally is a demon. But yeah, it's just following a boy who finds out that he's gonna have a baby. That's all I really remember about it. That hurts. Very bad. Kittens, man. The next book that I have is Finding Yvonne by Brandy Colbert. I've had this book for a really long time, and I was like, you know what? It's finally time for me to pick it up. I have no idea what it's about. I forgot. Some choices are easier than others, and I still have the most difficult one ahead of me. Yvonne has had her trusted violin, to keep her company for years, especially in those lonely days after her mom walked out on her family. But with the graduation just around the corner, Yvonne is forced to face the cold hard truth. She just might not be good enough to be accepted into a music conservatory after high school. Full of doubt about her future and increasingly frustrated by her strained relationship with her successful but emotionally closed-off father, Yvonne meets a street musician and fellow violinist who understands her struggle. He's mysterious, charming, and different from Warren, the familiar and reliable boy who's had her heart for the last few years. But when Yvonne gets an unexpected surprise that could change her life forever, she has to make the hardest choice yet. I loved Little and Lion by Brandy Colbert, so I just know that I'm probably going to love this. I remember a couple of years ago, Books and Lala talking about it, but I cannot for the life of me remember if she said it was good or not, so we'll see. Alright, next I have Goliath by Tochi Onyebuchi, and this is following a story. I'm just going to read it. In the 2050s, Earth has begun to empty. Those with the means and the privilege have departed the great cities of the United States for the more comfortable confines of space colonies. Those left behind salvage what they can from the collapsing infrastructure. As they eke out on existence, their neighborhoods are being cannibalized. Brick by brick, their houses are sent to the colonies. What was once a home now are a quaint reminder of the colonists of the world they wrecked. A primal biblical epic flung into the future, Goliath weaves together disparate. No! Get off my cable! Narrative. A space dweller looking at New Haven, Connecticut as a chance to reconnect with his spiraling lover. A group of laborers attempting to renew the promise of Earth's crumbling cities. A journalist attempting to capture the violence of the streets. A marshal trying to solve a kidnapping into a rich, urgent mosaic about race, class, gentrification, and who is allowed to be the hero of the history. I didn't look at the game but one time that. Anyways, yeah, I actually started this last year and didn't finish it. And then I actually finished it already. I'm recording this video on the 2nd of February, but I have already finished this book yesterday. Yeah, I finished it yesterday, and yeah, that's where we're at. Alright, the next book I have is You Should See Me in a Crown by Lee Johnson. I've had this book on my shelf for quite some time. And if I remember correctly, I think it's about a girl that is trying to get out of this small town. Liz Lively has always believed she's too black, too poor, too awkward to shine in her small, rich, prom-obsessed Midwestern town. But it's okay. Liz has a plan that will get her out of Campbell, Indiana forever, attend the uber-elite Pennington College, play in their world-famous orchestra, and become a doctor. But when the financial aid she was counting on unexpectedly falls through, Liz's plan comes crashing down until she's reminded of her school scholarship for prom king and queen. There's nothing Liv wants to do less than endure in a gauntlet of social media trolls, catty competitors, and humiliating public events. But despite her devastating fear of the spotlight, she's willing to do whatever it takes to get into Pennington. The only thing that makes it halfway bearable is a new girl in school, Mac. She's smart, funny, and just as much of an outsider as Liz. But Mac is also in the running for queen. Will falling for the competition keep Liz from her dreams or make them come true? Alright, and then I have Who Put This Song On by Morgan Parker. I've had this book on my shelf for so freaking long. I haven't read it. And the greatest thing is I've seen somebody on Twitter, I don't know who, but I did see somebody on Twitter talk about this being like one of their favorite books of the year that they read last year. So I'm really interested to see what this story is about. Trapped in Sunny's stifling small-town suburbia, 17-year-old Morgan can't count the number of times she's been the only non-white person at the sleepover, been teased for her weird outfits, and been told she's not really black. Lately, Morgan feels like the whole world is listening at the same terrible track on repeat, and it tells them how to feel, who to vote for, and what to believe. Morgan starts to wonder, when can she turn this song off and start living her life? Ma'am, please, get off my books. They're menaces, man. They're menaces. Look at her. Nezuko. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. They're fighting right now. Well, really, they're playing, and it's adorable. And as you guys know, I will be reading the 76 pages for Les Miserables. And if we're being honest, realistically, I'm reading 117 pages because I only got 17 pages in. I was listening along while reading, and let me tell you what, I only got to page 17. And I read for 45 minutes, and I only got to page 17. And I was telling my boyfriend, I was like, I read the book for 45 minutes. Just guess what page I got on. And he was like, like page 50. And I was like, no, sir. Page 17. Look how many words are on the page. But yeah, I will be continuing on in Les Miserables. Yeah, those are all the books that I have as wanting to read so far this month. Alright, so I actually have a few other books that I do want to get to that I didn't either finish or, yeah. But I don't know what I did with the copy of it, so I'm just going to put it up here. And that's Davenports by Krystal Marcus. I got about a third of the way through the book, and I just ended up not finishing it. This last month, January, was so dang busy. Like, the amount of work that I had to take on, and I didn't even get that much reading done. And I didn't even finish the manga, so those are two other ones that I want to. They're in my room right now, and I'm not going to go get them because I don't feel like it. But I need to finish Spy Family, which I actually got, like, more than 3/4 of the way. I don't know why I just didn't finish. But I have, like, maybe 20, 30 pages left of that. And then I didn't finish the Assassination Classroom Volume 4, which I do plan on finishing as well. So those are two. And then, what else? I think that's it as far as, like, carryover stories that I want to read. Sorry, I gotta spray my cat because she's being bad. She keeps trying to chew on my cable. But yeah, and then the only other book that I do want to read, which I know I need to get to it soon because it is coming up for the discussion, and that is Princess's book of the month, or bi-monthly book, and that is The Goblin Empire by Katherine Addison. And if you don't know what her book club is, it is the Royally Booked book club, and you can find her book club on Discord. I will link her channel down below so that you can find her Discord if you would like to join. And yeah, I do want to really read this. I haven't participated in almost any of the book reads, and I feel kind of bad about it, but I also haven't been reading a lot. Anyways, I'm rambling, and it's already been 20 minutes into this video. So yeah, those are all the books that I plan on reading for the month of February. And let me know what you think I should start after punching the air, because I've already started that one. And I'll give you a brief overview again of what I'm reading. Oh Lord,
I'm extra.
These are all the books right here. Boop. But that's all that I have for you guys today. Be sure to check out my description where you can find easy ways to contact me, as well as all the books and channels that I talked about and videos. If you like this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And if not, just imagine how you did and come back again. Until next time, keep imagining.